Why is Amazon FBA so great, and how do I get started? What's going on, guys? My name is Josh, the creator of Debt to Dollars. I got started 3 years ago selling on Amazon FBA, and not to be cliche, it has truly changed my life and opened doors that I never thought were imaginable. I went from working my 9-to-5 job, trading dollars for days as some would say, to quitting and working full-time on my Amazon FBA business and other side hustles. Today, I want to share with you my best advice on how to get started with Amazon FBA, and most importantly, the mistakes that you should avoid. Okay, so let's get started. So just like any activity that you pick up or any new hobby, you don't necessarily expect to be a professional when you first get started. What you need to do is you need to learn and absorb as much as you can early on so you're aware of how things work and how to become great at what you're aspiring to do. This is no different with Amazon FBA. The first thing that I recommend doing is to absorb as much information as you can and learn as much as you can about Amazon FBA. I started out by watching YouTube videos, and obviously you're doing the same thing by watching this video, and that is a great place to start. You can also create a free Amazon seller account and watch Amazon Seller University videos. They're actually a great resource. They are somewhat redundant, but they are a great place to start in addition to YouTube videos. Additionally, you can seek a mentor to help you get started. You should aim to learn from someone who has already done or is doing what you aspire to do. This could be taking a course from one of those Amazon gurus, which I do not recommend, or you could join a private group to gain one-on-one feedback from a mentor. In case you're interested, I do not offer any courses, and I never will on this channel, but I do offer a patron group which you can join in order to gain that one-on-one access and communication with me, and I'd love to help you get started with your Amazon store. Okay, so now that you've learned as much as you can about Amazon FBA, you're probably asking yourself this question: how do I know that I've learned enough to actually get started? My advice on this is that when you're able to explain how Amazon FBA works, all of the associated fees, and what defines a good product to your significant other or a friend, then you're ready. If you're unable to explain it to them in simple terms, and I mean as simple as possible, then that means that you still have some information to learn, and that's okay. Focus on those areas that are still a little bit gray, and then when you're good, you're ready to get started. At that point, it's time to move on to researching for your first product. After learning the FBA process and fully understanding how Amazon works and how you're going to be profitable, you need to move on to researching for a product. Simply put, it's analyzing the market data on Amazon to determine what a good product is and what a good product isn't. Don't get me wrong, this is the hardest part of getting started selling on Amazon. And when I first got started, I made the mistake of not doing any research and selling products that I thought were going to sell. In all honesty, it does not matter if you're selling something that you have no interest in or something you love. As long as the data makes sense, it's going to be a good product. The best way to learn how to complete product research is to educate yourself and to use online software tools like Jungle Scout. With this type of software, it allows you to grab all that back-end data on Amazon and to analyze it in order to make sense of what a profitable product is going to look like. Jungle Scout will even provide you an easy-to-read score based on their analysis to help you identify great products. If you're not looking to purchase the software, there are people like me on Fiverr and other freelancing platforms that will do this product research for you. Now, even though I do provide a service, I'm not going to self-promote myself because I know that this is one of the most vital aspects of being successful on Amazon. So you should really aspire to learn how to perform your own product research, because one day, maybe in the future, I might not be providing my service or another freelancer may not be providing their service. It's also much more gratifying if you're able to find a product and see it the whole way through up until you make that first sale. Now that we've learned as much as we can about Amazon FBA and we've also identified a product to sell based on our research, it's time to practice. I was extremely naive when I first got started selling on Amazon. The first day, my first product, I thought I was going to make hundreds of dollars almost immediately, and I was hoping more than assuming that I was actually going to sell all those products in that same day. Lo and behold, I didn't actually end up selling any of those products that day, and it wasn't until later that month, I'm talking 20 to 25 days, where I finally got that first sale. Now I'm going to tell you something that you probably don't want to hear. Your first couple of products will likely be failures, and that's okay. So you have to come to terms with this, because if selling on Amazon was easy, everyone would be doing it. What you can do is you can reduce your risk. Now what I mean by this is you can reduce your financial risk by going to your supplier and only asking for a small amount of units when you first get started. So instead of going to your supplier and asking for 1,000 units or 10,000 units, you can just ask them to order maybe 200, maybe 300 units or even less. Do what is comfortable for you and focus on growing your business rather than looking for that immediate success. Now you're probably understanding why I called this section practice. As I mentioned, your first couple products will likely fail, and when that happens, focus on why they failed. Ask yourself a couple questions. Was there too much existing competition? Possibly it was a seasonal product and you weren't aware of that, or was the demand not as high as you predicted? Asking yourself these questions and answering them is going to help you fully understand why your products failed, and it's going to set you up to be even more successful on that next product. Now, on the contrary, once you do find your first profitable product, which is going to happen, trust me, analyze why it has been successful. To determine this, compare this successful product to your past products that failed. Once you've identified a couple of major differences, these are the attributes that you want to focus on replicating going forward. Then what you can do is you can systemize that process and continue to refine it. What I recommend doing is putting everything on a piece of paper or in a spreadsheet. Then go to your Amazon sales analytics and determine how many monthly sales you receive on average. For this example, let's say you're selling 25 units per month and you currently have 100 units in your inventory. Since the average lead time is about 30 days from an overseas supplier until you actually get those products, you'll want to order your products to restock your inventory at Amazon FBA after 3 months. So on your plan, you need to go ahead and write down that every 3 months, you need to go back to your supplier and you need to order new inventory. Another part of this plan is to go ahead and add all the associated Amazon fees. I'm talking your Amazon FBA fees, your Amazon referral fees, and also your cost of goods sold. Now that the plan is complete, take a look at the entire process and analyze it the best that you can. Ask yourself, how can I reduce my fees? How can I get my supplier to ship to Amazon quicker? Or what product features can I add to make my product that much better? This is called the refining phase. So you take a look at that system, that process, and that plan that you created, and you look for ways to continue to improve it. This is the aspect of actually being a business owner, and with Amazon FBA, you're gonna have the ability to scale your business and grow it from there onward. Thanks for watching, guys, and I really hope you get started selling on Amazon. The hardest part is taking that first step and beginning to learn. If you're determined, I know that you'll be able to use Amazon FBA as a way to start your business or continue growing your existing business.